Hello and welcome to another episode of Spoil Your Appetite. I am Tristan. Alright, this is going to be hella fun today because I am not alone today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a friend of mine who is going to help me with this ranking list. Please welcome James.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me on the show, Tristan. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome, man. This has been a long time coming, and you know what?
Yeah, this is overdue for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And, for those that are going to be continuing to listen to this podcast, we got some more lists that we're going to talk about. But today, for this episode, you've read the title, we are going to rank not all, if not all, of the 2022 comic book related properties that came out last year. Now, I gotta say, I think overall last year, I think it was solid. It was a solid year for comic book related things. Wouldn't you agree, James?
I think when it comes to like content outside of Marvel, it was kind of a stacked year.
Yeah.
We had some really cool, fresh stuff come out.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you go back to like the Marvel side of things, we had some gems in there, but like for the most part, it's kind of a miss.
Yeah, and we will definitely be, spoilers. We will definitely be ranking our MCU content, Phase 4, just Phase 4, because I know I did a whole, I think it was after Endgame, me and another friend did all of the Marvel stuff, and that was before we even got the shows, so that was fun. Hella long. But today, like I said, we're only going to talk about last year's comic book stuff. So why don't we start off with my list, if we don't mind. We're going to go from top to bottom, of course, and then we'll get into James's list. Now, spoilers again, both me and James have things that we don't have on our list because, there were some things we didn't finish or just didn't plain out watch or whatever. So, but in any event, let's get to it. Starting at the very bottom of my list, at number 12. It was bound to happen. This was a movie I was looking forward to the most, and it was...
Most?
Yeah, I was looking forward to this because I surely thought that this was going to be the one Sony Spider-Man movie that I would actually enjoy. You guys know how I feel about those Venom movies. And that's the Morbius movie. And I can't stress enough how much I was super disappointed about it. I thought it was truly terrible. The only upside I can give to it is that, hey, at least they got the look of Morbius right, I guess. But that's about it. It's bad. Not to mention the post-credit scenes are just, oh my god, awful.
That's the first time I've ever heard it go. The only redeeming part of this movie was the CGI.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say all of the CGI. I would say mainly just the design of Morbius. I mean, there's so much wrong with that movie. It's like a movie that you can watch while you're drunk and might maybe get through it. I don't know. I mean, James, have you seen this movie, and what are your thoughts on it?
My quick review of Morbius is this is one of those movies you put on while you're taking like a shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you gotta have something to watch. It's background noise, dude. This movie was like a fever dream. I remember it ended, and I was like, why? Why was this made?
Yeah, yeah.
And really, it was just garbage. It's at the bottom of my list too. I'm just gonna say that now because I thought it was terrible.
Yeah. We don't need to.
My favorite one was the red Morbin Power Ranger.
Oh god. Yeah, a lot of memes, and after that, and they had the balls to put it out for another weekend because of the memes. Oh, Sony, you do a lot of things good, but this was not one of them.
So everyone loves it so much, let's just run it again, see what happens.
Yeah, why not? Anyways, that's at the bottom of the barrel for my stuff. At number 11, we got probably the most disappointing MCU movie in a while, and that is Thor Love and Thunder. I mean, we're coming off of Thor Ragnarok. It was really great, And then we get to Thor Love and Thunder, and you have the great Christian Bale in it. You know, you got the same team back together. It's like, okay, we're bringing Jane Foster, Natalie Portman's character back. Great. And then it's just like, this was the first MCU movie that I truly felt the humor just didn't work for me at all. I mean, the biggest crime, the biggest disappointment with this movie for me is like, okay, you have the great Christian Bale. You have him playing a character called Gore the God Butcher. But we only see the aftermath of his butchering. And that's it. And yeah, it is kind of astounding because I saw somebody put it best, which is when Christian Bale is on screen, he feels like he's in a totally more interesting movie than everything else. And there was so much that was missed opportunities. Like, why couldn't we dive into Jane's, like, cancer-related stuff? And, yeah, I think overall, it's just a mess. It's just a huge... Taika Waititi swings for the fences, but honestly, in my eyes, he really misses it for me, unfortunately.
I think the biggest thing with it, right, is for me, when you watch it, it almost feels like the movie doesn't know what to do with itself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense. Like, the direction's, like, all off. You just kind of bounce back and forth, and it's like... and there's just so many things in it that were just weird.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And
I'll elaborate more when we actually just talk about straight Marvel.
Yeah.
The biggest thing was it really felt like, at least to me, like coming off of Ragnarok, right? He had this great success. And it was almost like, hey, do you want to do another movie? And then they were like, but we're not going to tell you how this ties into anything. Just, here you go, make a Thor movie.
Right.
It's really where it leaves off. We're in a position of, like, what's next for this character?
Right, which I will say the only good thing I liked about it was, you know, performance-wise, for what they're given, everybody does a good job. I mean, I don't think there's a bad performance, per se. But I think the one takeaway, the best part about it, is that post-credits scene with Hercules going to... What it seems like that maybe the next Thor movie is going to be Thor versus Hercules, which is going to be nice because we don't ever see Thor taking on another god. You know, we saw him sort of take on Zeus, but I feel like there's so much history in the comics that a Thor versus Hercules kind of movie is like, yeah, I'm down for that. And I remember just getting giddy at the end with that post-credit scene because, I mean, Russell Crowe as Zeus, I was just like, you know, whatever. But just that idea that Zeus is going to send Hercules after Thor for embarrassing him is like, all right, I hope it's good. Like, that's what's next.
I think the good... So, for me, like, what works so well with Ragnarok, right, is I feel like it really balances the seriousness with, like, the comedy.
You think so?
Right. I think Ragnarok did a really good job of, like, blending the two. Love and Thunder doesn't do that at all.
Yeah.
There's nothing serious about this movie, period. It's just one big joke.
I totally agree.
And I think letting Waititi take a step back and bring a new director in, we don't have to take away all of the comedy. It doesn't all have to go away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think this is a good chance to, like, let it take a more serious tone and kind of, like, you know, bring Thor's character back as not just a goofball.
Right.
Because that is such a, like, an off-the-rails way that they took his whole character versus, like, the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
It's just... He's so lost out there now that he's in, like, his own little limbo.
Totally agree.
So I think it'd be a good chance to, like, bring him back and really, like, take the reins and, like, let's do something.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Just saying, the movie opened up with him doing a split
or something.
And, like, destroying two ships.
Right? Yeah.
Never face palmed so hard.
Yeah. So that's Thor Love and Thunder. At number 10, I have Moon Knight. Moon Knight is one of those properties that and we'll get into it when we rank all the Phase 4 MCU stuff, but Moon Knight, I feel like, much like all the other shows that MCU Marvel has put out, I just feel like there's so much potential but because they have so much short time, they can't explore those significant aspects of it. Like, it's bad enough that there was only, like, 6 episodes, and they're all under an hour or so, and it's like, it just comes and goes, and to the point where it's like, I'm invested in this character, sorta, but it's like, there's good moments. It has its moments, but I think overall, I just feel like the whole duality of, like, the split personality aspect, it's like, we could have really drawn into that more and more, and because it's like, okay, we have a character that has a split personality, and by the end of it, if you see the post-credit scene, I think it was a post-credit scene, he's got 3 personalities, and it's like, okay, that's interesting, but I just feel like the opportunity was missed there, for me at least. But at the end of the day, I do like the production of it all. I do like that we do get this kaiju god versus god towards the end or whatever. I was here for that.
Yes.
But in terms of writing, I just feel like it was really lacking because, you know, when we think of Marvel shows, we think of the Netflix stuff, and I just feel like, yeah, they need to step it up with,
let me present this to you, really. Let me present this.
Okay.
What is the number one criticism that a lot of people have for the Marvel shows? They're too short.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they just 6 episodes under an hour, and they try to tackle so many like topics. And I think out of all of the shows that came out, I think Moon Knight was really like the biggest victim of it. Because we only actually see like him go Moon Knight like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And they really went for more like the Indiana Jones like spy thing, and it was cool. It was a cool concept, but we didn't really get Moon Knight.
Right.
And there were a lot of things that would have been really, really cool to see. Like, yeah, we got to see like you were talking about, like the avatars fighting. Like, I am here for a good kaiju throwdown, sir.
Yeah.
But like, I wanted to see more of like God v God. Instead, they start the fight between him and the main bad guy, who's Ethan Hawke, and Ethan Hawke did a great performance.
Yeah.
But they skipped the fight.
Yeah.
They skipped the fight, and I know the reason they did it was just because they didn't have enough time or another episode to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks that they were just like, oh, yep, that was the third personality.
Right.
Which I think is cool that they had, like... I think it's cool, like, there were several moments in the show where he was like, who did that? And he was like, it wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, well, that's weird. Then at the very end, you find out.
Right. Exactly.
That was cool. I do think it worked for certain things, but it also was an excuse for them to be lazy in a lot of parts and not show it.
Yeah, I totally agree. But yeah, so yeah, number 10 was Moon Knight. At number 9, now this is a movie that I was looking forward to, but I've never thought about a comic book movie more than this one, because the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, what a piss poor job of a movie. But it's at number 9, and that is Black Adam. I was for this. Yeah.
No.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Here's my thing. It's like, okay, first time seeing it, I just feel like the first time I saw it with a buddy, and then I would later on see it with you and our mutual friend. And the thing I take away from it is the fact that, okay, you got all this great action, and it's like, it's a fun time. I can admit that. It's a fun movie to watch because of the nonsense action or whatever. Mm-hmm. But the issue I take with it, it's more of like how they flesh out characters. Like Black Adam, okay, got his story. Sure, we could have delved more into that side of his origin. Okay, fine, whatever. But I think overall, they did Black Adam right. My biggest gripe is like, okay, that Justice Society of America, in my eyes, they were done so fucking wrong. Well, not wrong. More of just like, I don't know who these characters are. All they did was like tell me their backstory, like by an inch, and then they allude to Hawkman and Pierce Brosnan's Dr. Fate having this chemistry between them. Like they have this history, but they never tell you who these characters are. They just tell you what their abilities are, and they're just there to solve the problem, and that's it. And I just felt like, as cool as it was to see them, and I fucking love that Dr. Fate design a lot, I just felt like the more I think about the Justice Society of America, the more I just get like, ugh. Like, it's just... And, it's cool that we saw Henry Cavill as a post-credit scene, which, won't get into that. But I think overall, I was just like, I've never thought about a comic book movie of last year this much. And where I'm just like, I get frustrated with it because, like, you have these great characters and, and I'm not a purist when it comes to, like, changing or however when it comes to adaptations of characters or whatever. But I never got that sense of, like, I just wanted to know who are the Justice Society of America other than their fucking abilities and shit. That's really where it grinded my gears the most. And honestly, I am so glad we're not going to get a sequel. Problem? Thank God. But
dude, no, see, I'm opposite, right? You got to think of. I think of Black Adam as two separate movies. Let me explain.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the first movie, which is everything up to where they like agree to disagree and they lock him up. And then you got the second movie, which to me is everything that happens after that. Where what's his name? Totally slipping my mind. The main big bad, right? The BBEG.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And then like he breaks out, and not to mention he killed a lot of innocent people in the prison he was in to get out.
Right.
No one talks about.
Yeah.
For the ending where like it was just really rushed, they killed a character off. Mm-hmm. They kept going back to like the humans, and that part was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
That whole, if we ignore the last part, that second movie I'm talking about, I loved Black Adam.
Right.
I think it was great. It was a ton of fun. I'm one of those people. I think Dwayne Johnson's like oversaturated in everything now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think he did a really good job, and all the performances were solid. Like, yeah, I do wish we could have. It kind of sucked that I liked the Justice. They were cool. I think it was really cool seeing like all their powers and stuff, introducing these characters and showing what they can do. But I'm on the fence with you where, like, they assume that you're gonna have like this, like you were saying, like chemistry with them, like when Dr. Fate dies.
Yeah.
They assume that's supposed to be like this big emotional moment, but honestly, who cares?
Yeah.
I wasn't sad. I was just like, oh, rip. There goes
Yeah.
the coolest part of the movie.
Right. Exactly.
But, like, I mean, overall, it was really fun. Like, I loved, like, little details. Like, he tries to kill every single bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, little details like that were really, really cool and unique.
Yeah.
And it just felt different. This felt like the first time, like, the director really was trying to make a different kind of superhero movie.
Yeah. I hear you.
It was awesome. I loved it. I thought it was great. But, like, yeah, that last half, I remember when we watched it, first, like, hour and a half, I was like, why is this movie, like, rated so bad? And then after he breaks out of prison, I was, like, arms crossed, like, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Because it just got so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it went from, like, an 8 for me down to, like, a 6. Just because, like, oh my god, that last hour is brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, on to number 8. And you haven't seen this. And I have this on my list. It is the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Yeah. We'll get into another one on my list soon. But the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, it's a delight. I mean, it's very simple. Very basic, simple plot of Drax and Mantis wanted to give Peter Quill a Christmas gift, while at the same time they don't really know what Christmas is or whatever, and it's like the gags and stuff. I was just here for all of this, and it was a delight. It was a nice Christmas special, and one that I just, you love these characters and just the chemistry between them, and being able to see Mantis and Drax shine in this one was great. And then Kevin Bacon, which kind of sad that they didn't mention anything about X-Men First Class, but hey, I doubt we were even going to get that in the first place. But yeah, I think I really had a fun fucking time with the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I mean, you were just in and out, and it was a good damn time. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So,
really? Okay.
Yeah, that's my thing on it. All right, at number 7, and here's where it gets crazy. We'll try and not talk about this because I know James is probably going to flip when I say it. At number 7 on my list, I have the Batman.
At 7?
Yes, at
No!
7. Here's the thing. It's not a bad movie by any means. It's not a bad movie by any means. Here's the thing why it's so low on for me. I'm a guy that, not only reads comics, but I love Batman. He's my favorite character, but oh my god, is the oversaturation for this character on a whole other level. And I get it. DC, Batman is their top priority selling project. But that's why it's so low on here. But let's really jerk off to this movie real quick. The Batman is fucking incredible. I will never understand the people that came out of that movie and said, oh, I was just watching another Christopher Nolan movie. I'm like, got cut out for a second, but anyways, The Batman. I fully love this movie. As I was saying before I got cut off,
10 out of 10.
Yeah, the Nolan comparison is it should not even be compared to Nolan's Batman. It's not better. I don't think it's better, but the comparison is first of all, the Batman between Robert Pattinson and Christian Bale's Batman, totally different. Secondly, the set design of Gotham and how they portray Gotham, very fucking different. Also, the tone, yes, there's that realism there, but oh my god, does it feel like it's darker? It's it's the Gotham City you've always wanted to see. This is, in the comics it's always said that Gotham is a place you don't want to live in. Matt Reeves does an incredible job, really showing you this Gotham. And I loved it. I mean, there was so much to love about from the cinematography and, again, just the performances all around. And Paul Dano, I said it from the very beginning. I think Paul Dano is going to be a great Riddler. And sure enough, he was. Because if you've seen Paul Dano in other movies, you know how damn of a good actor he is. And overall, man, yes, it's low, but this is a Batman movie. I've seen it 4 times in theaters. I mean, it's crazy. What is there not to love about The Batman? So, that's right. My thoughts on it.
I'm going to get up on a soapbox for a minute.
Yeah. I'm sure you have a lot of things to say about it.
It's a fucking masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we watched it, I left the theater speechless.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just I was enamored.
Yeah.
This movie is great. It is a fucking 10 out of 10. I love it. One of my favorite movies of the year.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, no. I'm not done.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. You sit
James,
right
we got to
there.
get to your list. You got to get to your list,
Get your fruit snacks, and I'm going to talk for a minute. Fucker. All right. So, thing about the Batman, I don't think this is oversaturation at this point, and here's why. Because it was something they said going into it that he was going to be a much younger Batman, inexperienced, and that was the best part of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see him get lit up by a machine gun, you see him get his ass beat constantly, left and right. Makes mistakes. He's not just a master detective. He gets things wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird watching Batman fail.
Yeah, which is nice.
He really took a back seat. He didn't have plot armor in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
He just constantly got beat up and slapped around. He kept losing, kept getting clues wrong.
Right.
It was weird seeing that role for him. That's so different for Batman.
Yeah.
That was so refreshing to see him be a human being for once. This part was kind of silly. This part is silly. Where he wingsuits off of the police department and crashes into a bridge. He would have been dead.
Yeah.
But he didn't have a mastered wingsuit and parachute. He hits the ground, rolls.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know what he was doing. Or he doesn't have all these fancy gadgets yet. He just has a muscle car.
Yeah.
For stealth, he doesn't have a stealth bike or his jet. He just on a jacket and a bike helmet and rides a motorcycle around.
Right.
It was just cool seeing him be human.
Yeah, I totally agree. I agree.
All right, I'll end it there for now, but
yeah.
I think this movie's awesome, and I can't believe you put it so low.
Yeah, I know. That's definitely the controversy for me among my friends and peers. Okay. Coming in at number 6, I have Miss Marvel. Now, here's the thing about Miss Marvel that I took away was okay, the 6 to 8 I think it was 8 episodes. I can't remember. 6 to 8 episodes can work with the right team. And I like that Miss Marvel was very small scale. I like that it was very small scale. It wasn't trying to be something like Moon Knight, where Moon Knight ends with this, like, the world will basically end if we don't do a thing. Whereas with Miss Marvel, I like that at the very end, it takes place in a school. And I think the takeaway from it is that it very much reminded me of everything I loved about Spider-Man Homecoming, which was seeing Peter Parker be a teenager and kind of balancing his life between being a hero but at the same time knowing that he can't have fun because he has a responsibility. Miss Marvel is kind of like that in a way, where it is fun, but at the same time she's kind of you see her culture, where she comes from, and then they had this really interesting, like, origin story of where her family comes from. And it's just, it's one of those things where I'm just like, I cannot wait to see the Marvels. I can't wait to see this character again with Captain Marvel and Monica Rambeau. It's interesting. I just found myself gushing over it. The one criticism I have is, of course, that all these episodes are under an hour. I don't know why, but I think overall it's very interesting, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where this character goes in this universe. And I especially would love to see Peter Parker maybe interact with her in some way, somehow. And the costume itself, I mean, it's kind of hard to believe that her mother makes that costume for her, but we're just going to let it go, because some things you just can't buy into. I think overall, I just had a very fucking fun time. And I wasn't expecting to like it, because I've been burned so many times by MCU shows in general, because I'm just like, oh, great. Time to get, like, barely invested into a character. But Miss Marvel, somehow the team behind Miss Marvel really found a way to, I feel like, really actually making it work with what limited resources that they could use. But I think overall, I really had a fun time with it. What do you say, James?
I thought it was bad.
Oh, you did see it.
So here's my thing about Miss
Marvel.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, bro. This felt like something that should be on Disney Channel, like way back in 2008.
And that's why it's on streaming.
and that's why I didn't finish it. I'm an adult.
I got you.
But I just wasn't jiving with it. It's just it's a very niche demographic is who that show is.
Right.
It's not me. And I just think her whole, like, having imagination powers and things. I'm nervous seeing where they're going to take her character.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she has the potential to just break the universe.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of characters like that right now. We've got someone like Shang-Chi. I do Kung Fu. And then we've got someone like Miss Marvel or, trying to blank again, punches holes through other multiverses.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You just have crazy characters right now that are, like, universe breaking. So I'm kind of nervous where the future's going, and this is another one of those, like, what's exactly next?
Right. Couldn't agree more. At number 5, this is where we get into the fun stuff. At number 5, I have Werewolf by Night, the first MCU special for Disney+. I gotta say, for a guy who is mainly known for composing music for, like, The Incredibles, and most notably last year he composed The Batman, Michael Giacchino taking a crack at directing, and his love letter to the universe of monsters, and dude, I enjoyed it. I think the one nitpick I have is I wish it was actually an actual film and not just a special. I feel like, but I love the premise itself. I just love the fact that you got all these hunters, and one of them has to revive or capture the creature, and it's a fucking Man-Thing, which, dude, Man-Thing, come on. I was with it. I love the premise. I love these characters. I don't know where we could see these characters popping up next, but we'll see. And man, I had a fun time with it. I mean, I really did. It was very surprising. I was kind of nervous because I was like, okay, these are specials. Why are we doing this? I mean, okay. But then I saw it, and you know what? Michael Giacchino, I mean, I know he's about to do another movie come next year or so, and I'm very much looking forward. So for this to be his his directorial debut, great. Like, it's a really great thing. It's not like I'm so glad it didn't turn out to be a Simon Kinberg X-Men Dark Phoenix movie, because I won't get into it. But Michael Giacchino really did something special with Werewolf by Night.
So I'm kind of on the... You said something in the beginning that I'm going to disagree with just a tiny bit. You were like, I'm mad this is just a special.
Mm-hmm.
I love that it was just a special.
Mm-hmm.
For me, this was like a proof of concept. That's how I've always looked at it, right? This felt like Disney sat down and were like, all right, so we're listening to what they're saying about like what we're making and things, and this is our chance to like really reach out and grab something like obscure. And I think as a proof of concept, I think it's awesome. I think it's great. I think if we had any more link to it, or like several episodes or a movie, I just think that they would have I think they would have slowed it way down.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for like what in the time frame that we had it told what it needed to tell perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, the pacing felt really good. The acting was great. Music was great. All of it was great. And it just feels like a really solid proof of concept. And I think it shows Disney, and more importantly Marvel, like, hey, you want to see that stuff from the MCU, right?
Mm-hmm.
The comic books. Like, you really want to see the obscure stuff.
Right.
It's time to give us new content.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. Okay, so at number 4, I have Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Now, a lot of people really shit on this movie, and I'm gonna say it. I don't like to put words or things in people's mouth, but the consensus I get from people saying why they didn't like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is because of the fact that people just wanted cameos galore. They really thought we were going to get cameos galore and all this stuff, and that's what I get from people. But I love Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. There's so much that I love about it. First of all, Wanda being the main villain, fucking awesome. I really liked how they really took it with it. And I disagree with the fact that...
Awesome.
I really disagree with the idea that you needed to see WandaVision to really get her motivation in this movie, which I disagree. I feel like you didn't really need to see WandaVision. They give you enough to understand where she's coming from or whatever. So there's that. But I think overall, I
recommend you watch WandaVision. But you could get the gist of it without it.
Right.
They definitely give you the means to understand what's happening.
Yeah, but I think overall it is so nice to see Sam Raimi, while he was very confined into what he was allowed to do in this, but you get the Sam Raimi love that you know and love. Like, if you only known him for Spider-Man movies, you're in for a treat. I mean, well, Spider-Man's not even in this, but you get that sense of it. Like, it's nice to see, for people who've only seen the Spider-Man movies, it's nice to see that, people love Sam Raimi for a reason. I mean, the Evil Dead movies are, his style in horror is great. And what he uses, those same camera angles and all the moving, camera stuff, it was great. And this is truly, horrific, there's some horrifying, images in here. And I loved it. And I will say this, too. I remember seeing the Illuminati in the trailers, and I guess I was, the 1% that was they're all gonna eat shit, and I just know it. And the fact that I was right, I was like, yep. And it was just so funny seeing people's reactions. The Illuminati are this, and it's brother, if you didn't see that coming, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it was so creative how they all go out to, and I loved it. Of course, my favorite thing about the whole movie is just seeing Doctor Strange as zombie Doctor Strange, and I was always curious about how they're going to do zombie Strange, and it's like, it's weird seeing that, but how they explain it, and just the idea of him conjuring up all the souls of the damned and making it into his fucking cape was fucking metal as shit. Like, that is probably the most satanic thing you'll ever see in an MCU movie. I could gush over this movie as much, because it's like, I don't see what the problem is. I thought it was really well done, and it was a lot of fun. Sure, I guess the only critique I can say is like, okay, kind of would like to see more multiverses, and not in that way of like, oh, I want to see cameo. No, it's like, can we like jump through multiverses other than that one montage of them going through all those universes? That was cool, but it's like, it would have been nice if this was like some sort of like road trip from one universe to the other or whatever. I mean, but yeah, overall, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, it should not be like tear down for people's expectations, honestly. I don't get the hate for it, honestly.
Yeah, so for me, I think Doctor Strange, this new one, I think is the most metal fucking movie we've gotten in a while.
Right?
There is so much that is so cool. This man flipping off that balcony, suiting up in the beginning. Right off the bat, I was like, style points.
Yeah.
This is the coolest suit up scene I've ever seen. This is awesome. And there's so much of the movie that's just so metal.
Yes.
Like, Illuminati rolls up. They got him on trial. They're like these powerful organization. Mm-hmm. She walks in, and they were like, he's one word, he can like explode you.
Yeah.
She goes, all right, with what mouth? And they're like, what? And then he like starts scratching it, and his head explodes.
Yes.
And then she just starts bodying all of them left and right. And it's not even like Kitty. Like, she's like massacring them.
Yeah.
He explodes one, cuts one in half, explodes his head off. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
She's psychotic.
I couldn't agree more.
We're like you were talking about, where they bring zombie Doctor Strange in. That was so metal.
Yes.
He's like using necromancy. He's controlling the zombie. All these like demons are trying to drag him to hell, like take his soul. That was awesome. That was the coolest shit.
Yeah.
That was so metal. And then he, like, as a zombie goes up and fights like these evil like golems, like convinces her to calm down. That was so cool.
Yeah.
Or like the music battle. I've never seen like magic used to like manipulate musical notes to battle. That was amazing.
Oh my god, yeah.
Or they show where like if Doctor Strange could just snap one day, like how much more powerful he could be if he opened his third eye.
Yep.
Like, this movie was so metal. I love Doctor Strange. Now, it had a lot of goofy moments.
Yeah.
I think I'll talk about this more when we get to Black Panther.
Right.
But oh my god, I keep thinking of her name. I don't know why it's not Miss Marvel, but I keep wanting to call her Miss Marvel. Star Puncher or whatever.
Oh, Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, there we go. I'm just drawing a total blank on her name.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think her role in this movie was kind of like I'll talk about in Black Panther. She was just kind of like there, like a plot device.
I mean, they're all kind of there, with those cameos and whatnot. Don't you think?
I mean, like it just felt like they only threw her in there to get him to go into the multiverse, right?
Oh, you mean America Chavez? Okay.
Yeah, America Chavez. That's why, I was like, that doesn't feel right, but
right.
Yeah, America Chavez. Jesus, that's what it was.
And, she can travel through universes. Yeah.
Yeah, it just felt like she was there, right? Like the whole role of her was just to get him to end up in that other multiverse.
Right.
But outside of that, she was just kind of there.
Yeah.
Kind of hanging out.
I liked her, though. I liked her.
She was fine. I think she's the weakest part of the movie.
Mm.
And I think a lot of her segments are why I kind of wouldn't rate it as high as I'd like.
Right.
There were a lot of really goofy moments.
Yeah.
For the most part, I really, really enjoyed it.
Right. Alrighty. So at number 3, we're getting to my top 3 now. At number 3, I gotta go with Peacemaker. Coming off of James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, James Gunn decides to make a Peacemaker show about John Cena's character. And I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. The fact that it's even ranked this high really says something about it. I just love that you see where he comes from, and you see why he acts the way he is. But on the inside, he's a big man, but on the inside, he's got mushy-gushy feelings. And the whole basic, like, origin of how he becomes, like, it's not really how he becomes Peacemaker. It's more of, like, just the idea of how he was raised. And it's just, there's a flashback moment that involves his brother. And I will just say this. It's, like, it's a really horrible, holy shit moment. And it's like, this is all kinds of crazy. Like, you know, I get it. James Gunn's humor is not going to work for everybody, but it's like, okay, get past the humor for a second. Look at, like, how he handles characters, whether it's, you know, Peacemaker, whether it's, what's her name? Daniel Brooks, who plays, I can't remember her character's name, but how he handles characters is, like, it's really fascinating. And then towards the end, you get that big cameo, which I loved a lot. It was a damn good time. I couldn't be more happy with how it turned out. And it was a bloody good time. And then it just, and there's a reason why James Gunn was picked to run this newly developed DC Studios. And it's just like, we're in such good hands. I get it. The humor's not going to work for you, but just look at how he handles characters. It's like, there's more to it than Jim just making jokes and shit. It's like, these are actual people, and sometimes people hide themselves with stupid humor or whatever the fuck. And I really loved it. And plus, we can't talk about the show without that incredible intro. Like, I mean, I never skipped it. I never skipped the opening. I love the song. I love the stupid dance bit number that they do. It never fucking got old. I mean, Peacemaker, I was just like, I didn't know how I felt about it. Because, as y'all know, I didn't like the post-credits scene where you see that somehow Peacemaker survives after having a building dropped on him or whatever the fuck. I was not for it. And so I was like, oh, it's probably... And so the fact that it was a sequel, I was like, I don't know. But never doubt James Gunn, because somehow that man knows how to make a very fucking entertainment show or movie. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. It was great. And then re-teaming up John Cena with, what's his name? T2 as his dad. Like, I couldn't wrap my head around it. It's like, oh, it's a reunion because they both started in the Marine. Now they're playing father and son. And oh my god, like, it's insane. It's so fucking good. And oh my god, I couldn't gush over more about Peacemaker, honestly. It's just that one gem that I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. But goddamn, was it fun to watch it week to week. Oh.
Yeah, I think for me with Peacekeeper is the one thing you pointed out, and I can't agree with more, is the one thing I think James Gunn has always done is he knows how to make his characters feel like actual people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a lot of these superheroes where like that's their persona, they're gimmicky, like that's their gimmick.
Yeah.
Like Tony Stark, like, oh, he's a smartass.
Yeah.
Or like Thor now he's just stupid and goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? But like you have someone like if we look at like, say, like Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Look at like Gamora's arc.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they even humanized her. Like Star-Lord balances, like, he's like, yeah, he's this goofball, but then by the end of it, it's like half God ends up having to face his dad and kill him when he realizes like how he was responsible for it. Like, knows how to really like introduce a character and go through an arc with them, and we really feel like we see them develop.
Yeah,
and you just get attached to them.
Oh yeah.
And Peacekeeper felt really goofy and silly in Suicide Squad. Then you watch this and you're like, oh, there's a whole other like layer to him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what James Gunn does so well, is really explore characters, their psyche.
Yeah.
And I love that. You really get to feel like you're maturing, or not maturing, but developing with the character as they go through their journey.
Exactly.
And Peacemaker's a great example of that. It was super fun.
Oh, yeah.
It not only was it the characters, but it blends the humor with the drama with the action.
Oh yeah.
It was great.
Mm-hmm.
And I just that's really all I gotta say is it's just solid.
Yeah. Definitely give Peacemaker a watch if you haven't already.
Highly recommend.
Alrighty. At number 2, we got Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I I've seen it twice now. I might watch it the third time today since it just came out on Disney Plus. There is something about I will say this. I think the issues I have with it, but they're so minor that I can just look past them. Whether it's, how they have what's his name, Ross in there, and what's her name from Seinfeld. I could care less about them. What's her name? Riri Williams. She's a plot device, but I just felt like Ryan Coogler did something with this, that he did the impossible for me, in the sense of like, okay, you're not going to recast T'Challa. You're just going to get rid of the character altogether. And somehow they made it like work. Somehow he makes it work. And it's like, I don't know where to start. I don't think it's better than the first movie, because that first movie, I fucked with it a lot. But just seeing this sense of like dread and like grieving and all this stuff. Plus you add in Namor, which I'm a big fan of Namor. And how they did Namor in here was like, it's so fucking solid. It's like they really nailed Namor in my eyes, because I was man. Namor is... because you look at the comics in general, you look at T'Challa and Namor, like, they are basically, in the sense of, like, they're basically like Charles Xavier and Magneto, in the sense that they both want what's best for their people, but they kind of go at it in a totally different ways or whatever. And, and I love how they adapted Namor into this Mayan Aztec culture, and it was nice. It was really fucking good, and I really felt like, yeah, when Namor says he's going to do a thing, he's going to do a fucking thing. Now, the other part that really drove me crazy was the fact that you had Shuri take up the mantle of the Black Panther. I know it happened in the comics, but in terms of the MCU, it makes no sense. We can probably dance around that whole of like, well, every Wakandan is trained on, like, if you're part of the royal family, you're trained on some level. But I just never really got that sense.
Fucking acrobat.
Yeah, and
take genetic heroin, bro.
But at the same time, I let it go because of the fact that I'm glad she didn't feel like she was overpowering Namor. Like, Namor gets some fucking shots on her, and she basically beats him with her brains or whatever, even though she wants to fucking kill him. But
no, Namor won that fight.
The
ocean was behind him. That's his own damn fault.
Yeah, it is kind of strange that they're fighting on this island, and, they talk about how they need to get away from him. They need to get him away from water, and there's a beach, like, literally right behind him, and he doesn't even think to, like, fly up and, like, go in the water. But I let it go of it, because I'm just like, I really am enjoying this a lot. I'm glad Shuri, to me at least, didn't feel like she was fucking OP. It is strange that she knows all this, like, fighting or whatever, but I'm glad she wasn't able to hold her own against someone like Namor. And I don't know, and then Angela Bassett, oh my god, she takes it. Like, this is definitely her movie. And then, that post-credits scene, I'm just like, okay, I didn't think that they would go this route. I love the post-credits scene, but at the same time, it kind of undermines what Shuri just goes through, in the sense of, like, we're getting another T'Challa, but it's T'Challa Jr., and it kind of undermines everything that we just saw, and it's just kind of 100%. Like, that's kind of strange and weird, but you know what? I fucking love it. Like, I will be there for it any day of the week, and it is going to be interesting now that M'Baku is going to be king. He's not going to be the Black Panther, but he's going to run Wakanda. It's very interesting. I think overall, Ryan Coogler did a very fucking awesome job. And we can definitely, like, put this whole, like, Black Panther Wakanda Forever flopped. It's like, no, it made $800 million. Like, I'm sorry, that is not a flop. Maybe it didn't make $1 billion like everybody thought it was, but it's like, it still made money. Like, the fact that it made that much money without your lead character and actor, that says a lot, like, about how much people like this movie. But yeah, I'm up there.
See, I think for me it was I'll just say it. I'll talk more about it when we get to like Marvel stuff. But I did not like this movie. I was bored for almost all of it. I have a lot of negative things to say.
Right.
There were moments that were redeeming. They were far and in between, but they were redeeming.
Mm-hmm.
Like one thing was like where she gets like her Black Panther dream, and everyone's like, "Well, why wasn't it her mom?" Instead, we actually got what I thought was a really cool scene where it was Killmonger.
Yeah.
And you really see like where she's not on her brother's side.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, do you want to be like noble and like peaceful and all this, or do you want to be like me and like let's get shit done?
Right.
No, it was a cool moment. But I'll get super in depth with this when we get to our Marvel.
I gotcha. So my number one is it's got to be Netflix's The Sandman. So my whole thing, I've always said ever since it was announced, Netflix is going to adapt Neil Gaiman's The Sandman. I was just like, as someone who's read that book, and let me tell you, that book is not. It's not a quick read. It's a fucking forever comic to read. And I mean, I get Neil Gaiman is there to run it all. Well, he's not the showrunner, but he's there to help or whatever. But you could tell that the people working on it were fans of The Sandman because it's just, to me, Netflix's The Sandman is like the best adaptation for any comic book that I've ever seen because it's like, yes, it changes things, but it's for the better, and it works. And my whole thing, it's like I don't care how characters look from comics to like, I don't expect, actors to look like the comic book character. But I do have like few characters that need to look like some resemblance. And when they got Tom Sturridge as Dream, and I saw the picture of him, I was like, yeah, he looks like fucking Dream. Even though they got rid of the black eyes or whatever, but he really looked like Dream. And how they wrote everybody, like it very much felt faithful to Neil Gaiman's like fucking like comic. It was just, there's nothing I can say. Like the fact that we even got the guy from the comic who like he can't die. And you see him through these centuries, like when they introduce death, and then they juxtapose to the guy that can live like hundreds of years or whatever. It's just like, I didn't think we would get that in this season because, oh my god, like it was so well how they like crammed that into one episode. It was perfect, and I don't know what to say other than, again, Netflix with The Sandman. That is like the best adaptation I've ever seen for a comic. Like, even when they take out the DC comic related things, which, in the book, you get that early on, but, few issues later, you don't get any, like, ties into the DC comics. And it was fucking great. Like, I don't know how anybody who's read that comic and didn't fucking love or appreciate this adaptation. It was everything that I was always asking. It's like, I don't know how you do Sandman because it's so fucking far out there, and the fact that we're getting to season 2, I'm just like, I can't because I know where this goes. Like, I know, like, if we even get to the ending is just kind of like, it's a boss. This show is like, the comic is very heady. It's very out there, and it just deals with a lot of things. And the fact that we even got like 1,000, like the cat episode. Like, I was surprised that we went there. I was like, really? We really went there? And then having Calliope, and just that little talk of like, them talking about their son, and I'm just like, are we gonna get that? Because Dream and Calliope's son, his whole story is kind of fucked up, and how Dream is a part of that is just like, it's fucked. Like, and the fact that we even got to see the Endless, and, well, part of the Endless, I'm just like, and that was the thing too, it's one of those shows where I was like, if it gets canceled after one season, I'll be okay, because this is the best thing I've ever seen that they've done. It's like, it doesn't get any better than that. And the fact that we even got a season of The Sandman blows my fucking mind. The fact that it was just so spot on, and it was just so out there, and I've always wondered what people that didn't read the comic would think about it. And it was interesting to see some people, they were kind of expecting, the action package. It's like, Sandman's really not that. I mean, it's really not. Especially how he handles that, the Corinthian at the end. Very much like in the book. He just says, gone. Like, oh my god, I could gush all day about the Sandman. But James, tell me, what did you think about the Sandman?
So I remember the main reason I even watched it was just because, like, how much you gushed about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you were just telling me, like, how good it is and, like, how it's really faithful to the book. And I'd see, like, some of your tweets and stuff, and I was like, alright. I was like, fuck it, I'll try it out. And, just looking at the cover of it, I was expecting, like, this very, like, grim, noir, like... It looked like it was one of those shows where there was a lot of fighting in it, like, dark and, like, monsters and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was very surprised by the experience I got. I remember the first episode, I was still kind of, like, on the fence. Like,
right.
I was into it, you know? Like, the idea of, like he just wasn't even like him. He just got caught by mistake, and then these people kept him for hundreds of years because they were like, like, why not? Any day now, he'll tell us a secret. And they were getting stuff from him.
Yeah.
Was just like, it was really like, for me, it was like, holy shit, what a start. and then the rest of the show was just, I don't even really know how to, like, explain to someone, like, why you should watch this. It's just very intriguing. Like, it looks great, acting's great, the music's great. It's so different than anything I've watched. Like, the story is so cool. Like, it's very unique.
Mm-hmm.
Like where he's fighting Satan for his helmet back.
Oh my, yeah.
A word battle?
Very accurate, yeah.
I was like, and I know I say word battle, and for someone that's never seen it, it's like, what? What do you mean? Like they were, like, taking real... I don't know, you just have to watch to know what I mean.
Yeah,
but it was so cool.
I will just say...
Or, like, the restaurant scene.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Like, and I'm not even going to say anything about that, but just, like...
Yeah.
How the humans dine it... I'm sure there's a really good job of separating, like, humans and, like, what we go through as people versus these godly beings that don't experience emotions or time like we do. Like, right. My favorite episode was the one where every so many years he meets with this guy at a bar.
Yep.
And this guy was like, I'm going to live forever. And Dream just happened to be there. Mm-hmm. And he made a bet with the guy. And he said, all right, I'll let you live forever. But every 100 years, you have to meet me at this... I think it's 100 years, right?
Yeah.
So, like, every 100 years, you have to meet me at this bar. Well, every 100 years, you see this guy go through, like, different periods of history, how it impacts... Sometimes he's rich, sometimes he's poor. One time he was imprisoned, but they meet up, and he was like, oh, so you're done? He was like, no! He lost his wife, kid, and his kids, and he was like, so you're done now? He was like, absolutely not, I'll get another one.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird, it was such a cool episode, like, seeing, like, a human go through all the things, and how even this man, after, like, 1,000 years of being alive, was still figuring things out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when he finally meets them after all those years of being trapped, that guy still showed up.
Yeah.
Then you, like, hear how he is now, and he's a lot more... That guy's humble now. He doesn't party anymore. He's not scandals anymore. Just a human.
And you look at Dream as a character who, at that point when he meets up with them, Dream is very much a different person in the sense that he, like, you see him in the past. You see, like, the backstory of his past. Not the backstory, but more of, like... You see him from the past, you get this sense that the Dream looks down on humanity. He doesn't really care for them. So for him to actually show back up in that, like, in that restaurant to meet with his buddy or whatever, it was like, that's when you realize Dream is appreciating humanity. And because through the whole book, Dream is very much like that. I mean, he has to do what he has to do, but he doesn't change. I mean, he does what he feels is best for his realm and all of creation or whatever. But I like that the show actually makes him, like, feel something. Like, he's actually being better than what he is.
So what you're saying is actually one thing I loved about his character.
Mm-hmm. And
that is... the show kind of, like, he's, like, really dark and bitter because he's been trapped. And he, like, kills his captors and shit. And, like, and you get, like, when he goes back to the Dream, like, you have these characters say, like, how brutal he used to be and, like, how, like, superior he was.
Mm-hmm.
But the show makes you like feel at times like he's becoming more human or like more caring. But then instances pop up where it's like, oh no, he's not human. Like the show does a very good line of like juggling. Like, oh, I'm following a human character, and then like reeling you back and be like, no. He's an entity that doesn't have emotions. Like so what's a really good like that the girl, the one that was gonna what do they call her? I'm trying to total blank today. The one that can dream and like is wherever she wants, and she can basically cause everything to collapse.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, well, what are we gonna do? And Dream's like, well, I'll kill her, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's like oh. He does what he genuinely thinks is the best for the planet or like for people. It's not like they're like the one lady's like, it's a little girl, and he's like, doesn't matter, she can destroy the universe. She's gotta go.
And also, let's not forget about that one girl who dreams about her husband or whatever. Let's not forget how Dream shows up and she gets pregnant in the dream world, and he's like, when that baby is born, it is mine. And I was like, I know where that leads to, and it's not gonna be fun. That's all I'll say. Like, also another thing, getting back to the Lucifer versus the Dream or whatever, I know where that goes, and they set it up where it's gonna be a rematch, and I'm just wondering, it's like, okay, if they're gonna be adapting it, it's gonna be, people are probably not going to expect how that goes. Like, you don't realize what, if they do it like in the book, that rematch is not where you think you would have thought it would have gone. Like, it's definitely goes somewhere different with that.
And yeah, it was just the show's it's just really it's just very unique thing.
Yeah.
It just goes so many different places. Yeah, it's one thing I love about Dream. I love this about any character in these stories. I love when someone gets wronged and they're not like oh, compassion or I'll be better. Mm-hmm. No, I'm getting my revenge.
Right, exactly.
And Dream, oh my god, dude. He gets freed in the beginning. I'm gonna spoil this for anyone. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
When he gets freed, and the guy's like, yeah, just like, don't hurt him. First thing he does is he hurts everybody.
Yeah.
He starts killing everyone. He makes them all have permanent dream kills. Doesn't matter if they're in the way. They're all gone.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
You guys treat me like goodbye, or like everyone that takes advantage of him, like his powers. Oh, yeah. Like the baby's mine, or the dude that had his dream gem and was fucking with him.
Yeah.
Bye.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh, you want to manipulate reality? Well, let me do it for you." Like he's just I love a good character that's not afraid to like get shit done.
Honestly. All right, James. I know you got to go real quick, but run down your list of top comic book list real quick for us. You still there?
Yeah, you want to stop there?
Oh, I was going to say, if you want to run it down real quick and whatnot for us.
All right, yeah. So I'll start from 10. Morbius, dog shit. 9, Black Panther. 8, I put She-Hulk at 8. And I'll talk about She-Hulk in a few minutes. Moon Knight, then Werewolf by Night, then Doctor Strange, Black Adam, Peacemaker, The Sandman, and I think the Batman was the best of these.
Nice.
We'll talk about it in just a minute.
Yeah. Alrighty. Alright, James. We will let you go. Thank you for joining us for this episode. So thank you to all the listeners that are listening today. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned because we got more lists to come. So that is Spoil Your Appetite for this week. I'm Tristan, and you've just been spoiled.